Okay. So let's keep thinking. So we just said, all we just said was approximating it makes our life a little tricky.
See, well, maybe we could say here 10 is 2 to the 1 times 5 to the 1. And we have a 2 in both of them.
Okay.
So maybe we could divide out a 2 to the 1 from each of them.
Okay, cool. Good idea. So we're left with comparing 5 and what happens if we remove a 2 to the 1 from this side?
We remove 2 to the 3/3.
Okay. And so what are we left with?
So 2 to the 7/3.
2 to the 7/3. Okay.
2 to the 7/3. This is a little bit more. So this is 2 to the 2 1/3.
Okay. So a little bit more than.
A little bit more than 4.
A little bit more than 4. And what can we say about 5?
5 is a little bit more than 4.
Yeah. But that's a nice simplification. So we're not comparing 10 and 2 to the 10/3 anymore. We're comparing 5 and 2 to the 7/3.
Wow. Well, now. So if we knew if 2 to the 1/3 was bigger or less than 1.25, I think we would be able to solve it.
Oh, okay.
Because 5 is 4 plus 1.
Yeah.
Which is 4 times 1.25.
Okay.
But that's sort of getting into approximating what 2 to the 1/3 is.
Well, this is not such a bad idea. This is 2 to the 6/3 times 2 to the 1/3. So 2 to the 6/3 is 2 to the 2,
yep.
which is 4. And now we're comparing 2 to the 1/3 and 1.25.
Oh.
So that's not such a bad idea, by the way.
Well, maybe. Well, what if we found something that was like 1.5 that was bigger than the square root of 2? So we know the cube root of 2 will not add to b, will add that much.
Well, yeah, but again, it's what we're doing is we're multiplying here. So your brother did a neat thing. So he converted the addition, that it was just plus 1 more, into a multiplication problem. You got to multiply by 1.25. Okay.
Oh, but now we know that 2 to the 1/3 is less than 1.4.
Yeah, so we have 1.25 and 2 to the 1/3 here that we want to compare. Okay, so how could we do this comparison?
Well,
is it bigger than or less than? We just don't know. By the way, there's an easy way of writing 1.25.
1.25. It's 5/4.
5/4. Okay. So how can we find out if 5/4 is bigger than or less than 2 to the 1/3?
Well, 2 to the 1/3 is bigger than 1. We know.
Yeah.
But it's not. We don't know how much bigger.
No.
Well, we do have this. And we're comparing these two also up here, and this side's the same.
Yeah, it is.
Well, that's probably not gonna help us.
But our work up to this point tells us that if this is bigger than this, then this is going to be bigger than this. And if this is less than this, then this is going to be less than this. So these have turned out to be the same problem.
That means 10/3 of 10 is 5/4.
No, it doesn't mean that. Doesn't mean that. It just means we're looking at the same problem.
So what can we do here? We don't know anything about 2 to the 1/3 really.
Well, that's actually not true. You do know something about 2 to the 1/3.
We know it's between 1.4 and 1.
Okay, you know that. What else do you know about 2 to the 1/3?
2 to the 1/3. You multiply 3 of them together, you get 2.
Ah. So you do know something about 2 to the 1/3.
Well, now
If you multiply 3 of them together, you get 2.
Well, now I see what we could do.
Okay, what can we do?
We could cube everything.
Alright,
Since they're both positive here.
alright,
It won't mess around with the inequality. So if we cube 5/4,
okay,
5/4
we'd get
times
125 over 64,
alright. Cubing it, we get 125 over 64.
which is less than 2.
Okay. Cube this, we get 2. So it turned out this went this way.
125 over 64, yeah, it would be 128. It's just a little less,
Yeah.
like they said.
Just a little less.
So
that means, so 125 over 64 is less than 2, which means 5/4
5/4 is going to be,
is less than 2 to 1/3.
which means,
The 10th root of 10 is less than the cube root of 2.
cool.
All right, now let's see if
All
it's
right.
true or not.